watch performances like that every day. I don't know if you guys watch Tiny Desk, you know, on YouTube when these artists come through. I think most recently I watched Usher, I've watched Burna Boy, I think Neo, Justin Timberlake, and it gets to the point where you feel like there's artists who deserve that spot. And this guy, even though I'm a fan, I have to be honest, you know, whether I'm a fan or not, actually, Ayisi is one such artist I feel deserves that space because we're just talking, and one word when it comes to artists like Ayisi is organic. I'm going to find out if he disagrees with me or not, or if he agrees. Ayisi, welcome to the studio, man.
Finally.
So, usually I'm supposed to come with an intro, you know, and talk about, you know, how people can connect, but this is a fan who sits in front of an artist. Before I get to that, how do you feel when you see fans who like appreciate your music and appreciate you? Are you used to it now?
No, I don't think you ever get used to that. I feel very grateful that at least people sit down and take their time to listen to it, especially for the people that care about lyrics and how
we're going to talk a lot about that today, you know.
Song sound, how clear it is.
And how clear it is. Okay, so now, please send us messages. MX24 TV, this is MX Live, you know, where we have conversations with artists, the music, the industry. I always say it's about little factions, you know, that make the industry what it is. Again, from the artists to the fans, you're as important to those who put everything together, right? To the industries involved, because we always say artists deserve more, but if there are industries, you know, how do we make sure the artists get what they deserve? So please send us messages, be a part of the conversation. MX24 TV, hashtags MX Live. And yes, if there's anything you want to ask, any questions, suggestions, ideas, please keep them coming through. I'm very, very excited today, but I was telling him I have to stay composed, you know, because this is a job. You know, I enjoy this, so it's not a job for me. But to every artist watching this who believes in themselves, I believe, but who's finding difficulty in believing in themselves, I trust this is a conversation you're really going to enjoy. Ayisi, how you doing, man?
I'm okay.
Away from the music a bit. Away from the music.
I mean, personal life.
Yeah.
It's good. You know, I make time for family and, you know, friends and all that stuff. I'm not in the studio as much as I used to be, but it doesn't mean I'm not, you know, writing or still, you know, creating. But personal life is beautiful.
But why is that so, though, not being in the studio as much?
Sometimes I think for me it's necessary that I take a step back from it sometimes.
Okay.
You know, so you're not obsessed with it, you know. So you go and live a little and then you come back and then you might have a different perspective on you know, matters. So
taking a step back, what have you learned about yourself the most?
That there are layers. That there are layers. And the more that I live, the more that I realize that I don't know the things that I thought that I know. So, you know, nowadays it's better to sit back and study and just observe.
Is it difficult putting these layers in the music? Because social media world, you know, negative, positive, it all comes down to what people perceive, right? You could say the most beautiful thing and people are going to take it the way they're going to take it. And you're somebody, I'm going to use the word organic a lot today, right? I get that through your music. I don't know, I might be wrong, but I get someone who's really pouring themselves into their art.
Right.
Does it get to a point where you become or you feel too vulnerable, or are you just used to it now?
Yeah, some songs might never be recorded. Sometimes I just write for writing's sake. Okay. There are some songs that I feel no need for this one to come out.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, we might enjoy those the most.
Well, you might, but nowadays, I don't know, for lack of a better word, I think people are more sensitive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
very
different angles, you know, to different, you know, topics. So some songs can never come out. So yes, I do get vulnerable, scary sometimes. Yeah. It's like writing in your diary.
Yeah.
Some things you will never share. Yeah.
Do you enjoy fame as much as
No.
because that's what I'm getting, you know. The thing is, and you see, when I look at you, right, again, purely from a fan's perspective, right, I see someone who's just like engulfed by the music. Totally. And again, and it comes back to, but music comes with what it comes with.
Yes.
The fame, like, you walk down the street and it's like, people are fanning out.
Yeah, I always say
How do you do it?
God has a weird sense of humor, right? For the fact that I can do what I can do and then not like so much the attention that it comes with is weird. You know, I don't. Mostly, I feel like I alone don't deserve the credits.
Okay.
You know, because I work with people. Everything that I have attained or I've achieved, the clothes on my back, coming here,
Yeah.
the words that I'm using is made by people.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you are getting the attention, you want to spread it around, and you know, so it takes a little bit getting used to.
For someone in your position, right? What do you see as credit? And I'm asking this to ask. We live in a numbers world now, right?
Yeah.
How many views did he get? How many Spotify monthly listeners? You know, someone has 15 million, someone has 18 million, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking to someone, again, who I believe is fully engulfed in the music.
Right.
So for you, you see, I look at Nas, you know, at like Wu-Tang, right? At all these people who, again, it seems like fame wasn't the reason they were doing what they were doing. Again, you're not in that time.
Right.
You're here now.
Right.
So
Now
to
the
you,
game has
what?
changed.
Yeah, times have changed very seriously, right? And the music has been so diluted, right? As in people not doing what they want to do because of the numbers.
Right.
So what is credit to you? Is it the awards? Is it the fact that people hit you up? Is it the fact that you touch people? Is it the fact that you're able to record your music? Where are you now with what credit means to you?
Right. It's when people can relate to it. It's as simple as that. When people can relate to it. Mostly not the way that I expect them to relate to it, but in their own way. So credit, credit is when people can relate to it, at least to me. You know, that means much more to me than an award or.
Have you ever sat in that position where, and it could be unconscious, right? Like, I am this good. Like, I should be, because you are, bro. Like, you are. Like, have you ever been like, I deserve more. Like, I should be nominated more. I should be performing on the grandest stages more. Even though you are doing these things, right? You are performing, right? Just like we saw a video that we're going to get back to. But it is what it is. Like, we're human beings at the end of the day. Have those thoughts ever reached you? Because I'm sure the fans have told you these things, right? Like, come on, it's easy. Listen to the music. What more does he have to do?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I see those comments. I see you deserve more, you are underrated, and, you know. But then again, I think all that stuff is very subjective. Who's rating and how are they rating?
Yeah.
You know, success itself is very subjective. What's a success
right?
to you will be not the same thing for the next person. So, you know, from where I'm sitting and people's opinions, indirectly I'll have to define what a success to me, right? So mostly it's when I am doing it and I lose track of time and I lose myself in it. So most of my fun moments are in the creative process when I'm in the studio and you know I'm enjoying myself, or when I'm on stage and I'm enjoying myself performing. Those times when I'm able to connect with whatever audience, those times will always stick with me more than, you know.
Have you ever felt underrated, though? Ever in your career?
At a certain point. At a certain point. And then you because, I mean, when you're starting, the outcomes are different from when you're continuing. In the beginning, you want money and women and attention, and, you know.
Yeah.
But then you have to get in the studio again and make another record and keep going. That's if you want to do that. I wanted to do that. I've always not minded, you know, being in the studio and creating more. So, let's see.
How did you stay on this path up to now? Because again, distractions, right? You're making your music. You just want to be heard, right?
I've always liked being in the studio.
Yeah.
I've always liked. So, I mean, for me, on that part, it's been easy on that part. Like, no one has ever had to force me to be in the studio and create, you know. So that's how I've been able to stick with being in the studio all the time. It's just something that I've always wanted to do. Like, this is what I want to do with my life. So you don't need someone to come and wag their finger at you. You have to be in the studio. So it's been like that for me. Automatically, I need to be in the studio. If I'm not doing it, I don't feel good.
is the music, I don't know even know how you're going to answer this question, but do you focus more on the music or the message in the music, right? Because these things you're saying now, for someone who listens to your music, hears them in your music.
Right.
That's a message.
Right.
Obviously, there's melody, we want to dance to the music, we want to have a good time.
Right.
During that recording process, right, when you're talking to as many people as you're talking to, a lot of people you don't even know you're talking to, what comes across first? Is it the message or the construction of the
Very,
music?
very, very spontaneous. The process is very spontaneous. It could be the melody first. It could be a whole song could just start off of one word. You know?
Yeah.
It could be your story, my story, fictional, you know. So it could be when you're shaving, it could be when you're eating, it could be. So it happens. I think that your job is just to stay alert and catch the vibe.
Okay.
You know, so melody first, it could be lyrics first, it could be a beat first, it could be whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but I think the trick is staying alert to catch the vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could focus on a particular message to your fans, what would you tell them?
Love.
Seems like we don't have enough of that. No, we don't have a lot of that. Enough? Yeah. Do we?
We do.
We do?
We do. I think it's just the courage to practice it, that's all.
Oh, we do?
We do.
In these
We
times?
do. It's part of us. I think we just forget to practice, that's all. Yeah. Just forget to practice.
But that means we're very lost people. Not even just speaking about Ghanaians, like human beings, the human race.
Yeah.
Because if it's there and you're not practicing it,
You're not
lost.
tapping into it.
Yeah.
Most people don't believe that it's that simple, or don't even understand what it is, or don't know that it's part of them, or don't even realize that it's an option.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, kakra.
Yeah, because the thing is, right, love can it can be manifested in so many ways as
Yeah.
support, you know, being there for someone. When you look at stuff like comparison, the way as artists and as creatives, again, that's the general thing, right?
Yeah.
There's always going to be this FC, this here, this, that. When you see that, are we losing sight of giving artists love here? Because it's become like automatic. Oh, you're doing this. What's that person in that next country doing?
Yeah.
Okay, he's winning that. What are you winning? Oh, you've not won this. Psh, to the side.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think about that in terms of us giving love to ourselves, you know, and the conversation of comparison constantly coming up? And that maybe even leading to us losing sight of what we grew up on, aka high life.
Right.
What do you think about that?
I think it's a form of love.
It is?
In that they are trying to, whoever is doing that is trying to make you reach for something that is higher than where you are now. So we compare ourselves with what this brother or this sister is doing, so that, you know, we can find out what we are lacking on our journeys, you know. So we're not the only people making music
definitely.
or living life.
Definitely.
You know, just as how other people gravitate towards our music, we also do that to other people too. So when people are checking you like that, it's a form of love.
That's a very unique way.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna lie
really,
to look at it.
It really is.
That's how you look at it.
Yeah, you can look at it like that.
You can. Is that how you look at it, though?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes. And it also, it's like criticizing is also, you can tell when someone means well, when they're telling you something bad or something that you could repair about you. You can tell.
Because we hear, oh, you've not won a Grammy? Bruh, really? You not feel the O2? Shout out to medical.
Yeah.
You've not done this, you've not done that.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where now artists have to constantly defend themselves, right? Whether it's through the music, whether it's through going at other artists, whether it's through proving themselves. And how many times are you going to prove yourselves, right? And again, it seems like all these things, we're losing sight of the high life, of the culture. I spoke to Achame Kwame last week. We spoke extensively on these things, right? Is that also a form of love? Like saying, you've not done this. Okay, what's next? Is that how you look at it?
And I think even as artists, we are on a journey of self-discovery per se, right? So we try things. We try what they're doing. mix it with what we are doing. Some people, we have dancehall artists here.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily Jamaicans.
Yeah.
People are trying to, do other forms of, music. And on that journey, I think you find yourself, you find where you fit in, what comes to you naturally, So there's really nothing wrong with that. But there's everything wrong with losing sight of where you're from.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Have you ever been tempted to lose sight of where you're from?
Oh, I try stuff. I have reggae songs. I have, mixed from mixtape mayhem to now. I have not always been doing what I'm doing now.
Okay.
So I've tried stuff to the point that I realized that, okay, this is how I want my sound to be, or I understand where it's going now. So I fit here for now.
Okay.
Might wake up next week and I want to do something
else. A couple of bars, man.
Yeah. So it's just trying out stuff to find out who you are. But let's not forget who we really are, you know.
So speaking about this, like of what you just said, what do you think about high life? The state of high life. What do you think about it?
I think there are a couple of artists doing that still, and it's nice to see that. It's nice to see that there are people still waving the mantle. I wish there were more artists doing that. But I think that with the alter scene, there are artists in the RLJ, Kwasha T, there are artists in there that I've heard that have high life songs. Yeah. That impress. Oh, those are when you say, yeah. It's a high life by RLJ.
Yeah, there are.
Right. Yeah, so there are young artists that are coming up that, appreciate the genre. So they are also trying it out.
Do we need to do more, in the support we give to? Because that's why, I didn't say the artists who make high life. Because just like you're saying, that's actually true. There are artists making these things.
Right.
But whether it's giving them the platform, whether it's discussing it, whether it's promoting it, it seems like it's not enough. So we're always constantly having this conversation of, oh, high life, let's do it. Oh, no, let's do Afrobeats. Like this conversation constantly comes up. Is it just like becoming a hamster wheel, of the same thing we're talking about without actually doing what we need to do to make sure it is where it is?
I mean, if even we're going to be doing what we have always been doing and calling it high life, right? I think that the sound is going to change.
Okay.
Too, because now the world, global village. Like we know what's going on here and there and there and there. So we are going to be picking stuff from people and then, incorporating it in what we have. And there's nothing wrong with that, So as per what we need to do, I think we will evolve. And that's what we need to do. And we are on the path of doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you've got a project.
Yeah.
Some projects you're working on. Before that, you had something with EL.
The link up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, you dropped a mixtape, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it an album?
Yeah, after that, I dropped the Afro Christmas tape. And then after that, I dropped an album, The Unbroken.
You've been working.
Yeah.
Like constantly working, right? And I asked you, like we spoke about this before, like we came on air, like why do people say he's just taking a bit of a back seat? Like, is it the introverted nature in you, or is it the fact that you have people who just appreciate your type of music, would you say?
First of all, I think people should follow the artist.
Okay.
Right? That's how you would know, what's happening. But people don't even know that I do annual shows.
Yeah.
I post that on my social media every time. So follow the artist first of all. But as for the introverted nature, blending that with what I'm doing right now, I mean, this is. It's
something like you think about, like, I just need to do a bit more. Like the music is good, right? But is that something like maybe you and your team, maybe in your quiet time? Because the good thing is, when that happens, you're touching more people, whether you like it or not, right? And your music does touch people, right? It touches the soul, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be like philosophical or anything, but that's just the facts. Is that something you think about?
Whether to relax or not?
Yeah, like whether to make sure the music gets out there to the people more, the best way you can.
Oh yeah, of course. Because then definitely we wouldn't put it out on DSPs and try to do these little performances and stuff like that. But also we try to balance that with the personality too.
Okay.
I don't want to be always in people's faces. You know, I come and talk a little bit.
Yeah. I think that's what the fans want. Like they just want to see something, you up to something every single day.
You see,
Like Kendrick, right?
every single day. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't
just
do that.
not you.
Yeah, that's just not me. And I feel as though every time if you're in people's face, they get tired of you, and also you have to come up with something all the time. You become a puppet. You know,
Yeah, right.
you're not real anymore. You know,
Okay.
and people get tired of stuff just like that. The
Yeah.
next week they want to see something else.
Yeah.
The next time they want to see something else. I can't do that. I can't do that. So I make the music. I do a couple videos. Come and do this nice interviews.
Yeah, thank you.
You know,
I'm taking that for myself.
come and do these interviews. You know,
Yeah.
sporadically, and then I get back to personal life, and then studio too.
Yeah.
You know, so last 2 years, 19-track album. Last
Crazy.
year, you see, I've been working.
Like the catalog speaks for itself. Like that's crazy. The music is coming.
And then last December, another 5-track EP. So, yeah. It's just that I'm not in.
So are you fulfilled right now as an artist? Or do you
in
wish
terms
for
of-
yourself to do more or to achieve more?
As long
Because
as
the
I'm
thing is, when I look at artists like you, I look at you, J. Cole, there's a host of other artists in this space.
Right.
Whenever they speak and listen to their interviews, highly fulfilled. But the fans are going to be the fans. For some reason, they always want more.
Yeah.
I mean, I spoke to EL last year, and it was like, we're talking, I was like, bro, I dropped song 2 weeks. And say, Charlie, yo, when the album
They want
become?
another one. You know, they want another one.
Are you fulfilled as an artist?
In terms of if I want to keep dropping songs?
Yes, in terms of how much the fans want from you, or what you've done so far.
Right.
Any way you look at it.
I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm always going to have something to say. You know, I'm always going to want to record a song, whether I will release it or not. You know, I just keep recording. So from that perspective, it's not even about what the fans want.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't think from there. What would they want, or try to figure out if they want more? I know that they want more. If you know, your artist, you want, of course, you want to
Yeah.
hear more. I would still want to hear the next Eminem album.
Yeah.
I still want to hear the next Jay-Z album.
Yeah.
So, mostly, if I have something to say, I'll say it, and then when everything is done over a certain time span, we sit down and go, okay, so which ones can make it to the next project, or which can do that, and then we take our time and then we release. So, yeah, I'm always going to be putting out stuff.
You have some new music. Is that fair to say? This year.
No, this year I don't have any new
Okay.
music.
But you have new music coming.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a fan, man. So you see what I did there and said yes, he has music coming.
yeah,
When
okay.
is it coming?
Up to management. Up to management.
You don't do this to us.
I promise you. We have songs, but I think there's a certain plan that they have structured out, and so they're testing out some things. Hence the live band
Yes.
thing. Yeah,
So are we going to get a full body of work this year?
God willing. Of course, God willing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, God willing.
Yeah.
So yes, God willing.
What is the-
Yes, God
what is-
willing. Yes, God willing.
God willing, there will be a full body of work.
Man, like, I'm just like proud of your journey so far, and it seems like you've really, really stuck true to yourself.
Right.
And I always say the easiest thing to say is, "Oh, stay true to yourself. Be who you are. Be yourself." But it seems like for some reason it's the most difficult thing to do.
Right.
In a world where the person you're stuck with for the rest of your life is yourself.
Right.
Like, think about it. Right?
Right.
Everybody's gonna leave at some
Right.
point. You look in the mirror at yourself every single
Right.
day.
You know something.
Yeah, I do. Bro, I've been.
You know something.
Like-
Even the way you're putting the words together, you know
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
And it seems like you're at that point. I don't know. Or you're on this journey. I mean, we're all on this journey, right? What would you want to tell to that fan, right? To that artist who is stuck in limbo, so to speak,
Right.
on their journey?
Right.
What would you want to tell them?
I mean, you can't see the whole staircase, right? It's just one at a time. Our journey doesn't make sense. It's not
all.
It's not logical at all. But keep going. and one step at a time. Don't try to jump steps. Take it. At a certain point, you feel like you're not getting any results. There's this plateau that nothing that happened. I'm just going. I'm just blah blah blah. You will miss it because when things start to happen, you would regret the steps that you missed because there are lessons in there. So stay steady and keep going.
Nice one. For the performance video that we just watched, the title, and it's on YouTube, please.
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it called for those who want to find it?
Can I Live? Okay. And Anger Management.
Okay.
So Can I Live from the Unbroken album 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then Anger Management was 2013, 2014.
Can I Live? Anger Management. Wow.
Yeah.
Very intense, intriguing title. Wow.
Yeah.
Ever had anger problems?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you're so calm.
Not problems, right?
Issues.
Right? Not problems, but I just touched on the topic because, it's in everybody. It's just anger in everybody.
Yeah.
And the track is just about how to transcend it. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Can I Live?
Can I Live is about, you are underrated. You got to go see this blogger. You got to go do this TikTok video. Yeah. You have to write your songs like this.
Right.
You deserve a Grammy. And I'm like,
everything we spoke about.
Everything
it's all in there.
That's what the song is about.
Okay.
I'm explaining why you might want to ask my reasons before you pass your judgment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, we're in a position where we're constantly asked these things. Like, Charlie, why not this? Why that? You do this, why that? Why not this?
Right. I accept it, though.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Seems like it comes to the music, so we enjoy it.
I accept it, though.
Before you leave, Kendrick, Drake, who you going for? I had to. Kendrick, Drake, who you going for? I know, I'm sorry, man.
Well, at this point, I feel like J. Cole was right, but now, now I think Drake.
Do you know what I love? I just love guys who stand 10 toes. Yeah, I just love that. I'm not gonna lie. It's like 20v1.
I don't know. I think Drake has a point with what he did with baiting Kendrick to do that. It make my boy look some way.
Right.
If that's what he did.
Yeah, but he recently said that's what he did.
Yeah. If that's what if it's true, then wow. If it's true, then wow.
Yeah, if it is, right?
Yeah, if it's true,
that's
wow.
Layers.
That's dark.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So for all the music, it's on all platforms.
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple Music. We can find it. Yeah. Is there anything you want to add before you go?
So yes.
Because we hardly get him. Right. I tried.
No, wait. So people are now finding out that I changed from AI to Ayisi. It's the same person, just longer hair and same music. So Ayisi Music on the social media platforms and Ayisi on the DSPs.
Okay. You said your annual show. Is it happening this year? Has it happened?
God willing, it's going to happen this year like it did last year.
Is there a specific date? Or
December,
is it going to be
somewhere in December.
December. Yeah. Okay, so fans can come to that. And please, you have to come through and we talk about it before it happens.
Yeah.
I know it's difficult to get
You'll be there?
Yeah, of course.
My man.
So you're also going to come again this year?
You'll see me, I promise.
Please.
I promise.
Thank you so much.
My word.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please enjoy his performance video as he's leaving us and find his music. I always say, the number one way to support the artist is to buy the music, right? We have these conversations to encourage you to enjoy the music more and more. Thank you so much. I'm not leaving just yet. He is. I'll be right back. Stay tuned.